Okay, what is up guys? It is Aiden here, and I am here today to bring you guys what will more likely than not be my last video ever. Now first of all, before we really get started, I want to apologize for the massive delay with this video coming out. For the last 2 or so weeks, I've actually been pretty sick and also pretty busy at the same time, so I haven't really been able to sit down and finally make this video, but now I can. And look, now I don't know what's gonna happen in the future. I can't really predict what is going to happen somewhere down the track, but like I said before, this video will more likely than not be my last YouTube video ever. Now, just to set the record straight, a lot of people believe the reason why I'm quitting YouTube, giving it up, is because of my two channels, Keep It Live and Mr. Sekai, getting terminated. I can no longer access them, which sucks, but you know, it is what it is. And that's not actually the case, because I think a couple of months back, I actually uploaded an update video on Keep It Live explaining that I was going to quit YouTube in a couple of months, and it's been a couple of months, so I was gonna quit anyway. But yeah, it does kind of suck that I couldn't really, in the end, keep my Mr. Sekai and Keep It Live channels, because I put so much time and effort into them, and even though I wasn't really gonna make any videos anyway, just because like I said, I put so much time and effort into both of these channels, it just would have been nice to end up keeping them in the end, but I can't. It is what it is. I can't do anything about it. A lot of people want to know why I'm quitting YouTube. Now, the short version is I've lost my passion for making YouTube videos, and I found and discovered these other passions in my life that I want to pursue heavily. Now, that's the short version. The long version, I'm going to be explaining for the next, I don't really know how long, maybe 45 minutes, 1 hour, I don't really know, but you're gonna be hearing me for a pretty significant amount of time in this video explaining the long ass version why I'm quitting YouTube. So yeah, let's go. So since this is my last YouTube video, I guess it's kind of time to reminisce, kind of reflect on my 3.5-year journey on this website, YouTube. And I'm sure when you clicked on this video, you know, you started watching it, you really wanted to know straight away in depth as to why I'm quitting YouTube. And I definitely will get to that later on in the video, but for now, like I said, since this is my last video, it's kind of special, and you know, I'm kind of feeling sentimental. Like I said, I feel as though it's kind of time to reminisce on my 3.5-year journey on YouTube. And I'm not really sure if you guys will care, not really sure if you'll give a fuck, but I'm gonna do it anyway because it's my video, okay? I'm gonna do it. So yeah, now I've actually talked about this a couple of times, but a lot of people don't actually know that I had a channel called Mr. ATF prior to Mr. Sekai and Keep It Live. What Mr. ATF basically was pretty similar to Mr. Sekai. You know, I made some live reactions to Attack on Titan, and I did some reviews and discussions and whatnot, pretty similar to Mr. Sekai. But the thing is, even the people who knew about my Mr. ATF channel probably don't even know that I actually had 2 channels prior to Mr. ATF. One was called Nexon What, which is my first channel, my first serious YouTube channel, because I had YouTube channels prior to that, but I didn't really make videos that much, and I didn't really take YouTube that seriously. So yeah, Nexon What was actually my first serious YouTube channel. My second one was called Ace Chindian. And so yeah, those were my 2 channels prior to Mr. ATF, and I'm gonna kind of talk about them right now. So basically, really quickly, Ace Chindian was basically a channel where I posted Pokemon gameplays and put commentaries over them, and it was kind of similar with Nexon What, my first channel, but just MapleStory instead. And for those who don't know what MapleStory is, it's basically just a 2D MMORPG that you can play for free, so yeah, yada yada yada. And I basically did the same thing, posted MapleStory gameplays and put commentaries over them. And I'm not going to talk about them in too much depth just because it doesn't really relate to you guys too much, but the reason why I'm even going to talk about it is because I'm actually going to show you guys certain clips from my time on those 2 channels and kind of show you how I've progressed from all the way back then at the beginning all the way until now, where the quality of my videos, even though it's not perfect, it's not super fantastic, it's definitely a lot better now than it was back then, you know what I mean? So yeah, and I still remember how my Nexon What channel came along, how it actually started. Now, back in the day, like I started playing the game MapleStory in like 2005, and I played it hardcore, like super fucking hardcore every single day from like 05 when I started, like I said, to like 2012, which is when I started making, YouTube videos on Next on What. And the thing I loved as well was actually going on YouTube and watching these MapleStory gameplays and hearing people talk about the game, through commentaries with the MapleStory gameplays in the background. And I was so interested in these, and it just kind of got to a point where I was just like, you know what? I want to do this. I want to post MapleStory gameplays and make commentaries as well. And so finally, and I still remember how this came about, it was the 30th of March 2012. About 2 weeks ago, prior to that date, I turned 17. I was having a great time in life, hanging out with all my friends and stuff. I was still in high school, my second last year of high school, and 30th of March was basically the second last day of term 1. In Australia, we have 4 terms, term 1, 2, 3, and 4, and then at the end of term 4, that's the end of the school year. So yeah, and basically in our year level, for some reason, at the end of term 1, like the last 2 days, you don't really do anything. Like, you're still required to go to school, but you're not really doing any schoolwork. You don't really have classes. For some reason, you're just supposed to have fun, which is awesome, right? And this time around in this year level, year 11 for us, we actually got to go bowling on the second last day. I don't know why we got to go bowling, but we went, and it was a lot of fun. I went with all my classmates, my friends and whatnot, because we were all in like the same class, and we had a ball, man. We went bowling. It was so fucking fun. And yeah, that was the second last day of school. And then the next day, we had to actually stay at school the whole day. But once again, we weren't really doing any schoolwork or anything like that. We didn't really have class, but we still were supposed to be at school. I ended up not going because I pretty much told my mom that, and I was pretty much spot on, because I said to her, look, we can go to school, but we're not really doing anything. Like, we're not doing any schoolwork or anything like that. I basically just told her it's not really going to be like a super productive day at school. So yeah, I don't really see the point of going. And then my mom was kind of like mulling it over. Okay, fine. And I was like, yes, because I just thought about it, because the days prior, I'd been watching all these MapleStory commentaries and just connecting back to that. And I was so keen to make, a MapleStory gameplay with some commentary over it. Yeah, I was like, fuck, I'm so fucking excited. So first thing when I wake up tomorrow, I'm gonna make a MapleStory commentary. And I finally picked out, I don't know where the fuck this microphone came from, but it was in like this little screwed up drawer that we have in our house. I pulled it out. I saw this shitty ass fucked up black microphone, and if I can show you guys a picture, I will on screen. Basically, I pulled this shit out of my drawer. I downloaded a program called Fraps, which is basically used to record like gameplays and whatnot on your computer. I whipped that out. I started recording MapleStory, and I started recording my voice with the microphone. You can just hear the shitty ass quality with this microphone. And what I'm going to show you guys right now is actually that first ever MapleStory commentary that I ever made. You can tell, like I said, the microphone quality is shit and stuff, but yeah, here you go.
It's Aiden here, and I'm playing the game MapleStory, and I'll probably be making
my first ever YouTube video, which when I made it, I was really fucking nervous. Like, that was my first ever time like I've actually used a microphone. It was a shitty ass microphone as well, and I didn't really know if the volume was right and stuff like that. And the microphone quality wasn't the best, but in terms of my speaking and whatnot and my confidence behind that microphone, even though it wasn't super confident Aiden or anything like that, I think I did pretty well. And it's actually kind of like a trend when you notice, and it's completely understandable and it completely makes sense when you look at it in regards to a bunch of other YouTubers around on this website. When it comes to the first video of a YouTuber, it usually tends to be, really low quality, whether it be, they're talking on camera, the camera quality is really shitty. They're either making a gameplay and a commentary where you can't really see them, you're just hearing the voice coming out of their microphone. The quality of that's really bad and whatnot. And then you look at their latest video and it's like, god damn, there has been major fucking improvement. And anyone out there who is aspiring to make YouTube videos, you just have to understand that's the way it is. Like, even if you think at the beginning the quality of your videos in terms of audio or picture quality, you think it's good, it can always improve, and almost every person who has ever made videos on this website goes through those phases where at the beginning the picture and audio quality isn't the greatest, but then the more and more they learn about things in regards to microphone quality, picture quality, they get a new camera, new microphone or whatever, things get better and better. And looking at that first video, I noticed that the microphone quality wasn't really the greatest, but the more and more I was on YouTube, I learned about things. I got like a new microphone and whatnot after that, and every single time I make a video without my face, I feel as though I'm speaking a lot better, my microphone quality is a lot better. And even though the picture quality right now, even at my last video, isn't the best, it's still a lot better from a while back. Because I remember when I used to make like live reaction videos and stuff, and just normal discussion reviews and or just updates, talking to you guys, my videos would be laggy as fuck. Like if you look at my old Attack on Titan live reactions, if you can find them, you'll notice that my live reactions are so laggy. And if you look at them now, like my recent live reactions with like Shokugeki no Soma and stuff like that, they're all really good quality. Not super good quality, but at least they're not laggy. You can kind of see my face and my mouth and my voice and whatnot all moving at the same time. So the quality is a lot better. Just everything, your confidence as well, just everything gets better. You know what I mean? So that's kind of just the way it is on YouTube. You know, you live and you learn, just like everything in life. But I don't really know if I really needed to go on that rant, but that's just kind of the way it is in regards to your time on YouTube if you spend enough time investing yourself on this website. Yeah, that's pretty much it with Next on What. I pretty much just made MapleStory commentaries for like a year or something like that, if I can recall correctly. And yeah, I had a blast with it. It was really fun. Then eventually it kind of got to the point where I just really wanted to make Pokemon commentaries because, you know, just like with MapleStory, I really enjoyed the game of MapleStory and I really enjoyed playing Pokemon as well, but I also enjoyed hearing people talk about Pokemon, make commentaries. So I decided, okay, I'm gonna do it myself as well. And so I finally decided I'm gonna make some Pokemon commentaries. I can't really remember when I made my channel, maybe like late 2012, early 2013, not 100% sure, but somewhere around there. I started making them, and eventually I actually got my friend together, Chris, and we actually started making like dual commentaries together where we would have like two screens at the same time playing together, and that was a bunch of fun. And I'll actually show you guys, you know, a clip of that right now.
Yo, what is up guys? It is Aiden here once again with my boy Chris. Say what's up.
What's up, everybody?
And we are back for some more Pokemon Fire Red and Leaf Green Randomizer Nuzlocke split screen, and in actuality, we are at the final episode.
So yeah, those were some pretty fun times, and then I would have like the single player commentaries, which I'll show you right now as well.
Hello, what's up guys, me Aiden here to start another new Let's Play on my favorite Pokemon game of all time, Pokemon Sapphire. I think if we go for one more, that should be fine. Okay, yeah, that is. Now let's go use a Pokeball. We got 5. Catch all the Pokemon we can because it's a Nuzlocke, a place where survival is hard to come by. So we're gonna have to give this Cubone a nickname. Let's call you Dazbones in tribute to One Piece. God, Mr. One Dazbones versus Zoro in One Piece, for those who have watched it, one of the best fights in the series, in my opinion, the most underrated. Okay, Dazbones, here we go. By the way, if you don't watch One Piece, you have no idea who Dazbones is, but yeah, let's move on.
Some Pokemon Sapphire right there, some pretty good times. So yeah, I had a pretty darn good time on Ace Chindi, and I had a blast. It was just really fun. But then it got to a point where I wasn't necessarily sick of it, but I just kind of wanted to move on to something else as well, because I was really invested in YouTube. And we'll talk about this investment, my investment in YouTube later on in much more depth. But at that point in time, I was really into YouTube, but I didn't really feel like making much more, you know, MapleStory and Pokemon videos, but I still wanted to make YouTube videos regardless. And this kind of was around the time where I kind of got back into anime again. I'm pretty sure I've told this story as well a couple of times, but basically I think it was about August 2012. Out of nowhere, for some reason, I just really felt like rewatching season 1 of Pokemon, because Pokemon season 1 was like my childhood, and so basically rewatched all of it. It was so awesome, so nostalgic for me, and actually because I enjoyed it so much, I actually ended up watching season 2 of Pokemon. And by the way, really quickly, I don't really completely understand the hate on season 2. I guess I can kind of understand it because apparently season 2 is filler, I guess, and because they replaced Brock with Tracy. And look, I don't like Tracy as much as Brock, but Tracy's still good, man. People gotta stop with the Tracy hate. He's not that bad. He's not Brock, but he's not that bad. You know what I'm saying? And so yeah, I actually really enjoyed season 2 as well. Then I started watching season 3. I did not really enjoy season 3. Oh my god, the fucking fillers in season 3 and just Johto in general. Like, I'm watching season 4 right now and I've been stuck on season 4 for like a year because there's just so many fillers. Like, oh my god. But yeah, basically at the time when I wanted to watch season 4, you know, I finished season 3, didn't really enjoy it that much, but I enjoyed season 1 and 2 so much that I wanted to just watch more Pokemon regardless, and I was hoping that season 4 was going to be better, but I didn't really have enough bandwidth at that point to download more seasons of Pokemon. So I actually had to ask my friend Chris, and Chris is actually the person that I was talking about before. You know, we made dual Pokemon commentaries together. Yeah, we were really good friends in real life. You know, like I said, I recently finished season 3 and I really felt like watching season 4 of Pokemon. And so basically I asked him, do you have season 4 Pokemon? He said, yes, I've got it on a hard drive. I'll bring it to you tomorrow. So the next day he brings his hard drive to school and I asked, does it have season 4 on it? And he says, no, but it actually has a show on it that is way better. I'm like, dude, what the fuck? I want a season 4 Pokemon. What the fuck are you giving me? And he says, dude, don't worry about it. This show is a million times better than season 4 Pokemon. And I'm like, okay, what the fuck is it? And it's a show that pretty much changed my fucking life. Okay, it didn't change my life, but it just showed that I absolutely adore, I love. You might have heard of it. The show that he had on his USB for me to watch was a series called One Piece. And obviously One Piece is like my favorite fucking anime of all time, and so yeah, it was just awesome that in the end he gave me One Piece. So at the time I was aware of One Piece's existence because back in the day, obviously the terrible, horrendous 4Kids dub of One Piece on Cartoon Network back in the day, and I still had memories of that shit back then because it, like, the voice acting was so fucking bad. Like, it probably wasn't as bad back then just because I was a kid, but even then I remember just these really like bad voices for the 4Kids dub of One Piece. And yeah, overall I just didn't really have that many super awesome memories of One Piece back in the day. But yeah, he said to me, don't worry about it, dude. Season 4 Pokemon is cool, but One Piece is like a million times better. And he wasn't going to give me season 4, so I was like, fuck it. I'm going to go for this One Piece and start watching it. So that night, I started watching One Piece. I watched the first episode and I knew I really fucking liked this series. So thank you, Chris, for that day, for not giving me season 4 Pokemon and giving me One Piece instead, because I absolutely love that shit. I watched like the first 8 episodes that night. The next day I woke up late for school because I stayed up late watching all those episodes. And I remember walking out for recess and I still remember saying to Chris, fuck you, man, you made me late for school because One Piece is fucking greatness. So I caught up to the series. I watched the series like every fucking day until I caught up. And I think the episode, well, I know the episode I caught up to the series in terms of the anime was episode 592. And actually just prior to me catching up to the One Piece anime, once again, just like with the Pokemon and the MapleStory gameplays and commentaries and stuff like that, because I was interested in anime so much, or One Piece specifically, I really became interested in seeing what people thought about One Piece. I went on YouTube and I started looking up reviews of, you know, the One Piece anime. I started watching guys like Sawyer7Mage, for Neverworld. I think I saw like a couple of reviews from Code Provider, but I still remember, I don't even really need to mention this, but I remember like the first ever review I saw like a thumbnail of was like for Neverworld's chapter 700 review of One Piece. And for some reason, like, I just clicked that, and that was probably like one of my main inspirations for starting, you know, to make YouTube videos in regards to anime. I don't know what it was, but like that chapter 700 for Neverworld review on the One Piece manga just inspired me for some reason. And as well as that, I actually saw Sawyer's One Piece Film Z review. That also really inspired me as well. I don't know what it was in regards to both of these videos from Sawyer7Mage and for Neverworld, but they just really inspired me for some reason. And then I actually created my Mr. ATF channel. So this is how my Mr. ATF channel was born. And then I made my first ever video on the episode that I caught up to the One Piece anime, which was, like I said, episode 592. And here was my first ever video on Mr. ATF. I'm pretty sure no one can remember this fucking video. My hair's all puffy and shit. There's no poster there. This was like May 2013. I don't even really know, but yeah, here was my first ever video on Mr. ATF. This episode, moving on from the last one, pretty much just reaffirmed that Caesar Clown is a fucking douchebag. Okay, so my review of episode 592 of One Piece. I just want to say straight up, I actually really enjoyed this episode a lot. So yeah, man, that was my first ever video on Mr. ATF. I looked so fucking different back then and my videos weren't as good, but you know, it's kind of cool to look back and just remember the good times and whatnot. And after I made that first ever video on Mr. ATF, I made a couple more reviews. Like, I think I made a review on One Piece movies 1 and 2. Hey, what's up guys? It's me, Aiden, here to review the first movie of One Piece called One Piece the Movie. Such a creative and inventive name. Hey, what's up guys? It's me, Aiden, here once again to review another movie of One Piece, the second one called Clockwork Island Adventure. Then I made a couple more videos, but then it kind of got to the point where, you know, I was cool with making reviews and whatnot, but I kind of wanted to take the next step, especially when I really wanted a lot of people to watch my videos. And so when I was looking up anime related stuff on YouTube, looking for ideas and whatnot to get more people watching my videos, I came across these things called live reactions, and this is where it all began. I made my first live reaction of Attack on Titan when episode 6 came out, and so yeah, that was a while ago. When did that episode come out? I don't really know if it was May, somewhere around that time, early in 2013, when season 1 of Attack on Titan was, you know, originally airing. Now, the main inspiration for me wanting to make live reactions in the first place was actually me seeing a video from a guy, and I still remember this video. It's really fucking funny. That episode 5 live reaction, I can't remember what his name was completely. I think it was Alpha Fatal, the American guy. Does anyone remember that live reaction of that American guy, Alpha Fatal, whatever his name was, when he was looking at like the screen of episode 5 of Attack on Titan? Fuck, I wish I did a live reaction to that episode, because I started doing it right after that episode 6, and then he went out the door, whatever, and he was like, damn! And that shit, I saw that was so fucking funny to me, and it was just, I thought it was so cool and such a good idea to be doing live reactions. And also, by the way, there was actually other people before him as well, like doing live reactions. I think there was Lunar Spiral as well, like some guy called Hero Kid, and a couple of other people, like I think a guy called Dawn Master as well. They were all doing live reactions before me. I just want to say that. And I was aware of them, but I don't know, I just saw this live reaction from this guy called Alpha Fatal, and I was like, this shit is so fucking funny, man. It just seems like so fun, like, and a lot of people were watching his video, and it's just like, why wouldn't you make a video of you watching a video, basically watching an episode of anime, which is so simple, so easy to make, and like you're watching anime, which is something you enjoy anyway. Why don't you start making these videos, Aiden? Then came my first ever live reaction, episode 6 of Attack on Titan. Instead of doing just a normal review of Attack on Titan episode 6, I'm going to be doing a live reaction. So that was my first ever live reaction, and from there I just continued making live reactions to Attack on Titan. I kept getting subscribers. My master plan worked. People enjoyed my live reactions. I kept doing it. I got so many fucking subscribers so quickly. It was crazy. Like, I was getting at one point like 300, 400 a day, which at that point for me was like fucking mind-blowing. Like, oh my god, I'm getting subscribers so quickly, man. This shit is crazy. And yeah, my channel just kept growing, and eventually it got to like episode 23 or something when that episode came out. I got a copyright strike. That live reaction got taken down. Then I did like a live reaction episode 24. That live reaction got taken down. And then when episode 25 came out, I was like, you know what? If I just continue doing live reactions, maybe they'll leave me alone. I don't really know what I was thinking. They were gonna leave me alone. No, you fucking idiot. Like, I don't really know, but I was like, fuck it. I'm getting so many subscribers. People are watching my videos. Like, I'm just gonna make videos anyway. So I made my episode 25 live reaction, uploaded it to YouTube, and then within 3 hours, that video got taken down, and the entirety of my Mr. ATF channel got taken down. And so there was Mr. ATF, there was my super fucking successful channel where I was getting subscribers like crazy and stuff. And so yeah, that really fucking sucked, but yeah, I couldn't do anything about it. Mr. ATF got taken down. And I remember after that, I was like super fucking depressed because, you know, at that point I was really, really invested in YouTube and I was just enjoying it so much. Like, I didn't feel like giving it up. And so when Mr. ATF got taken down, a channel which had so many subscribers, you know, I put a decent amount of work into it. Maybe not as much as Mr. Sekai and Keep It Live, but just the fact that it had, you know, a decent amount of subscribers, you know, I was getting a lot of views and whatnot. It really pissed me off and I was depressed for a little period there. But then eventually I got over it, and like I said at that point, I really wanted to continue making YouTube videos, and so I did. I made Mr. Sekai, I started doing like reviews, discussions and whatnot, and then eventually I started doing live reactions to Death Note because people told me that Death Note's like super fucking fucking amazing series, and so I did my first ever live reaction to that. What is up, guys? It is Aiden here, and if you can't already see the title, of course, in this video, I'm going to be giving you guys my live reaction to episode 1 of the anime Death Note. And then eventually I started doing live reactions to the series Hunter x Hunter. And one of my biggest regrets, and something that still annoys me to this day, is the fact that I didn't actually start doing live reactions from episode 1. I started doing them from episode 62. And for those who are wondering why that happened, it's because at the time when I started watching Hunter x Hunter, I was just really wanting to watch another long-running shonen series, and I heard so many great things about Hunter x Hunter at the time, so I started watching it, enjoyed the fuck out of the series. I went through it really quickly, but then eventually when I got to episode 62, like, it just got to that point where I could kind of sense, like, we were getting into an arc that was going to be good, but it wasn't going to be as good as like the previous arcs, and I don't really know if I was going to watch it as much as I was watching Hunter x Hunter prior, and I didn't even know if I was going to continue it. Like, I knew I was going to watch it at some point, but I didn't really know when, because at that point I was watching other shows as well, which I was really enjoying, so I kind of put Hunter x Hunter to the side for then, and I didn't watch another episode of Hunter x Hunter for like another 6 months, which is when, you know, I was up to episode 62, and people wanted me to do live reactions to the series, and so I started doing live reactions from episode 62 on, which, like I said, is something I regret. I really wish I could have seen like all my live reactions, looking back at them from like episode 1 all the way until the end of episode 148. That would have been nice, but you know, it is what it is, can't do anything about it. So yeah, I started doing live reactions to Hunter x Hunter. Yo, what is up, guys? It is Aiden here, today to do my live reaction to episode 62 of Hunter x Hunter, like I promised. And then eventually, I don't know if I started it before Hunter x Hunter or after, or somewhere in between, I don't really know, but then I started doing live reactions to Code Geass, because it's another series that people tell me is like, oh my god, one of the best series of all time, you should do live reactions to it. Yo, what is up, people? It is Aiden here, and today I'm finally going to be doing my live reaction to episode 1 of Code Geass. So yeah, nothing else to say. Let's just watch this shit. And that was really enjoyable, and what made the whole Code Geass experience doing live reactions to it so much more enjoyable was the fact that, and for those who can't remember, I actually did Hunter x Hunter and Code Geass live reactions at the same time. I would post 2 live reactions a day. I remember always Code Geass first and then Hunter x Hunter second, or sit down like every fucking day, do the same routine over and over again. I would start off with Code Geass and then end off with Hunter x Hunter, watching 2 series with so much greatness. It was just so enjoyable, and so many people were watching my videos. I was like, this is the best thing ever. Like, I'm enjoying myself so much. Like, why would I want to stop making live reactions? And then eventually kind of got to a point where, and I don't know if you guys can really remember this, it kind of got to a point where I was like done with Hunter x Hunter and Code Geass, and I was pretty much just done with live reactions. I'd done it so much consistently, and I kind of just got sick of it. I didn't really want to do it anymore, and so I had a little patch where I didn't feel like doing it, and I just made reviews, discussion videos and whatnot. But then eventually, once again, I got the inspiration to make live reactions, and dude, we are rambling on so much, but we're going all the way through, man. Going from the beginning, like I said, all the way until the end, man. We're going all the way through, okay? So basically, like I was about to go into, once again, I got the inspiration to make live reactions again, and so Keep It Live was born. And I started making live reactions to like Tokyo Ghoul, which I think was my first ever live reaction series, and I started doing live reactions to the series weekly. And then eventually I said to myself, and at the time I thought it was really fucking crazy, but I just really wanted to watch the series, and doing live reactions to it, like I said at the time, in my mind was like a crazy idea that couldn't really be done, but I just decided because I really want to, I went for it. So I started doing live reactions to a 112 episode anime series called Yu Yu Hakusho. I did a live reaction every single day. I did not miss a single day with any of those live reactions. 112 episodes of Yu Yu Hakusho, 112 days straight of Yu Yu Hakusho live reactions, 1 per day. That's the way it was. Like, at that point in time, like when I started making live reactions on Mr. Sekai, starting with like Death Note, Code Geass, Hunter x Hunter, all the way until the end of like my live reactions to, let's say, probably like Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. During that period, I was making live reactions hardcore, and it kind of frustrates me because a lot of people say that you don't really upload live reactions that often when they look in regards to my recent, uploading schedule, whatever, because, I would only upload weekly and whatnot with Orimonogatari and Shokugeki no Soma, but a lot of people don't remember that I put in so much work over a pretty significant amount of time in regards to making live reactions, and sometimes it kind of annoys me that people complain that I don't make enough live reactions and stuff, but don't remember that I used to upload like super fucking hardcore. I uploaded Death Note every single day. I missed like 2 days in regards to uploading that. I uploaded Code Geass and Hunter x Hunter every single day, like two live reactions per day, all the way through until the end of Code Geass, and all the way through until I caught up to Hunter x Hunter Weekly. Every single day for Yu Yu Hakusho, every single day for Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood, every single day until I caught up with like Parasite, Golden Boy, Akame ga Kill, and all these other series. There's even more series that I can't even really remember off the top of my head, but I was doing it hardcore, man. And sometimes, you know, it pisses me off that people don't really, you know, remember those times and say, you don't upload that often, and that kind of annoys me, but, you know, whatever. I don't really need to talk about that, man. But yeah, basically, Keep Alive happened. I uploaded fucking hardcore with series like Yu Yu Hakusho, Black Lagoon, Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood, and then eventually, you know, things kind of slowed down because I kind of had like a period where I was really like depressed and whatnot, and I didn't really feel like making videos, and we'll talk about that in more depth later in the video. But yeah, I kind of got into a lull, I guess you can say, and I wasn't really uploading videos as much as I usually would have in the past, and it was just a period that wasn't really too good for me. And that's just something I want to say for those who are wondering why, especially over the last couple of months, why I haven't been uploading as much. I've been dealing with like depression, and I'm not going to explain why I had like depression, and I just had some really bad times and whatnot because it's a personal matter. That was like a really tough period for me, and I didn't really feel like making videos that much, and so yeah, that's kind of why I didn't really make as much videos, especially in like towards the end and where we are now. So I'm sorry about that. That's pretty much my timeline, I'm pretty sure. And then of course Mr. Sekai and Keep Alive got terminated, and here we are now. That's my YouTube history, man. Not really too sure if you guys were listening, not really too sure if you guys cared, but like I said, I did it, and hopefully you guys enjoyed it. So now it's time to get down to business, and by that I mean it's time to get super in-depth as to why I'm quitting YouTube. Now, in 2013 and 2014 especially, these 2 years were the years where I was super fucking invested in YouTube. So much to the point that it was pretty much like my job without being my job, because I spent so much time on making YouTube videos. And I just want to say this, over the journey of my time on YouTube, I have indeed made YouTube money from my videos, but let me tell you this, the amount of money that I've made from my time on YouTube, shit isn't that much, especially not to the point where I could sustain myself off making YouTube videos. And if I really cared about only making money off my YouTube videos, that's all I cared about when I uploaded a video to YouTube, then even when the period where I've been like really struggling with personal issues and whatnot in real life, even in that period, if I cared about money that much, I would have been pumping out 25 videos a day. Like, I would have done that, but money was never, you know, the main thing to me, even though it was nice to get some pocket change and shit like that, because that's all it really was. Like, shit is not that much, especially back in the day. Like, you used to get a shitload of money from making YouTube videos when you monetize them, but recently, because they let people get partnered really easily nowadays, they kind of have to split the money up a lot more, because there is so many people getting partnered, people monetizing their videos nowadays. There is a lot less money to kind of spread out to all these people out there making these YouTube videos, people monetizing their videos. So yeah, shit is not that much. There isn't that much money, and I definitely could never fucking make this my real fucking job. But going back to what I was saying, even though it never really was my job, in like 2013 and 2014 especially, it was almost like my job without being it, because I would just spend countless hours making YouTube videos, and if I wasn't making it, I was thinking about it, I was worrying about it. Like, I remember so many times where I was supposed to go to a family gathering or something like that, and I didn't go because I was working on my YouTube videos. I remember I was supposed to just hang out with family, going out somewhere, but I wouldn't go because I was worried working on my YouTube videos. And I just remember all these small times, and it kind of made me sad at the time, but because I was like obsessed, I was so into making YouTube videos at that point. I remember sometimes where my mom and my sister would just be like laughing and stuff like that, and they would ask me to come and, you know, enjoy whatever the hell they were doing. Like they'll be playing like a game or something, like a board game or some shit, and they'd ask me to join in, and they were just having like an awesome time. And I remember when I was younger, I would always join in. You know, I'd always have fun with my mum and my sister, and we'd all laugh and stuff like that. And I just remember when they would ask me to come and join them, I would just be like, nope, can't do it. I have to make videos. And I was just like so focused on making videos without fully realizing that I'm missing out on all these fun times with all my family and friends, because so into YouTube. Like seriously, you guys don't like, I can't even explain, I can't even like show you 100% how much time I put into YouTube, because you guys can't physically see it. I can only tell you so much. But believe me when I say that I've spent so much fucking time investing myself into YouTube, especially in 2013 and 2014, that, like I said, it felt like my job. But at the same time, it wasn't actually my job. If this shit was my job, all that shit would make sense, okay? But it's not my job, so it shouldn't really make sense. You know what I mean? I'm not really too sure that makes sense, but hopefully it does. And I guess it's partially because I've just lost the passion for making YouTube videos, just because I've made them for so long. I've worked on making YouTube videos for such a significant amount of time that I'm just sick of it. Maybe it's just because of that, but to me, it's mainly because of, like I kind of talked about before, I've discovered these other passions in my life that I really want to pursue, and it's kind of like taken my mind and time away from YouTube, which was like my main passion for like 2 or so years. And yeah, I really believe that's the reason why I've decided that I just really want to quit YouTube, because I just don't have the passion for making YouTube videos anymore, and these other passions that I have in life, they're just so enticing to me. And whenever I'm really passionate about something, I really want to pursue it. I really want to invest myself. Like for a long period of time in my life, I've been really into basketball. And so I would always invest myself, whether it be through buying basketball shoes, practicing the game itself and all that. Because I loved basketball so much in all these different ways, I heavily invested myself. Why? Because basketball for a large period of my life has been something that I'm really passionate about. And it's the same thing with YouTube, because I was so passionate about it, I would invest myself in it so much, whether it be just time, buying a better microphone, buying a better camera, even though I never bought a better camera. But yeah, going back to what I was saying, I just don't have the passion anymore to make YouTube videos. It's just not something I'm super into anymore. And yeah, I was actually planning to make a couple of more videos before I quit. You know, I was hoping to end things on my own terms, but YouTube took things out of my own hands, and they took down Mr. Sekai and Keep It Live. I was actually planning to make like a couple more reviews, like finally review Bebop, Black Lagoon, all these series that I promised I was going to review, but I didn't really get the chance, which is really fucking annoying. And I was actually planning to make a couple more top 5s and top 10s as well, because that's something that I know a lot of you enjoyed, and I really enjoyed making. Like making top 5s and top 10s was something I was really passionate about, and you know, making them was just so enjoyable for me. And what made it more enjoyable was you guys watching it and enjoying it as well. So yeah, I was going to make a couple of more videos to end things off, but like I said, YouTube took things out of my own hands, and I just don't really have the passion. I don't really have any more fight in me, man. I can't really see myself trying to fight back and start over again. Like I said before, when Mr. ATF got taken down, I was super depressed, but because I was so in love, I guess you can say, with making YouTube videos, I was so invested in it, I really wanted to make more videos. I decided, fuck it, even though I'm depressed, because I love it so much, I'm going to continue. So I made Mr. Sekai, and I just enjoyed making YouTube videos so much. But now that all my channels have been taken down, I'm not getting them back, I don't really feel like making YouTube videos anyway. I just feel as though it's the perfect time to give up. Like I just can't fight it anymore. Like people always give me all these suggestions saying, Aiden, you should contact YouTube, you should contact Google, you should do this and that, you should submit more counterclaims or whatever. But it's just like all this stuff is futile. And I don't mean that to offend anyone, but just I don't know why people are still saying that I should get my channel back and, you know, start making videos again, because it's just not really going to happen. For one, I'm not going to get my channel back, but even if I did get my channel back, I'm not going to make YouTube videos anyway. So there's no point, guys, you know, you trying to do all these different things, giving me suggestions, telling me to get my channel back, how to do it and whatnot. It's done. Like I just can't do anything about it, and I don't really want to do anything about it, because like I said, I was going to quit YouTube anyway. A lot of people are probably wondering, what are those other passions that you really want to pursue in place of YouTube, I guess you can say. I'm not really going to say, and it's kind of personal to me. It's kind of embarrassing. I'm not going to lie, it's kind of embarrassing, so I don't really want to say it, but I just want to let it be known that I'm really passionate about these things that I'm talking about right now, even though I'm not going to tell you guys what it is. And it's so enticing to me that I really want to invest myself in it, maybe to the same extent that I have with YouTube over the past couple of years. And yeah, in regards to YouTube, I've just kind of faded away from it. Like over the past couple of months and like weeks as well, I haven't really made that much videos, and like especially over the last couple of weeks, I haven't really made any videos at all. And it's just like, it's something I've actually really enjoyed, because instead of making YouTube videos like hardcore like I used to, I've taken time away from it and I'm investing myself in these other things, and I'm enjoying it so much. And that's when you pretty much know that when you're not making YouTube videos at all and you're enjoying yourself, that's when you know it's time to quit. That is when you know it's time to hang up the boots, like they say, and quit YouTube. I'm sorry for all the people that I've disappointed for a variety of different reasons. Some reasons I think are just a bit unfair, that people are kind of angry, disappointed with me because it's kind of like due to my personal life, personal issues and whatnot, and people don't really know what they're talking about because they don't really know me. But in regards to things like not doing reviews, discussion videos, live reactions and whatnot, I completely understand it. And I will say that, I wouldn't say like the last couple of months, because that's mainly due to like personal issues and whatnot, and when people get disappointed and angry, like I said, in regards to that period when I wasn't making videos, like I said, it was mainly due to personal issues. But prior to that, like the months prior to that period, I'm not gonna lie, I was just really fucking slack, and I just kind of gave too many excuses sometimes, and I didn't really pump out the reviews and discussion videos and live reactions that I said I would. And that's the thing that really annoyed me, that I promised some of these reviews and whatnot, but I never went through with them. So I'm really sorry to all those people. Like, I was supposed to review Cowboy Bebop, I was supposed to review Black Lagoon, Death Parade, Another, and all these series, but I never did it, and I'm really sorry about that. I never even did that Chimera Ant Arc review, which really fucking sucks. I actually recorded it, but then the whole thing got corrupted, and I was like, fuck, man, because that thing was so good. That video was so good, man, and it really fucking annoyed me that it got corrupted. And because I put so much effort into it, and it was so good, I just didn't really feel like trying to replicate it, because I don't know if I could conjure up a good enough review of the Chimera Ant Arc from Hunter x Hunter like I did with the first one. So that fucking sucked, and so I couldn't end up uploading that. And yeah, I'm just sorry about all these other things that I promised, because there was a lot of things that I said I was going to do but I didn't actually end up doing, which sucks. But yeah, I'm really sorry about those things, and I guess I'm kind of sorry for the last couple of months and my lack of uploading videos on YouTube. But like I said, it's mainly due to like personal issues, and this is kind of the period where I really started to drift away from YouTube, and I just completely lost my passion for making YouTube videos and whatnot. And I never really told you guys what was going on, why I didn't really make as much videos. Yeah, it was partially because I was busy, but I'm not that busy in my life. Like, I guess I have some times where, like I said, I am busy. I don't really have time to make videos, but I'm not like a businessman or anything like that. My whole schedule was clogged up and I don't have time to make any videos. Like, no, I am busy sometimes, but not to the point where I can't sometimes make videos. And yeah, unfortunately, there were some points where, because my personal life and my personal issues, it was really, you know, degrading to me personally in real life. I just didn't really feel like making videos, and that was probably like the toughest period of my life. I'm not gonna like elaborate on it, but it was just, believe me when I say, a really tough period, and making videos at that period of time was just something that was so far from my mind. So yeah, that's pretty much it with that. Is there anything else to talk about? I'm just really thankful that you guys have watched all my videos throughout the time that I've been on YouTube, because that's the thing that makes it so enjoyable. Like, I remember when I was making videos on like Next on What, I started making like Pokemon videos before I actually created Ace Chindian on Next on What. And I made like so many of those videos and no one watched them. And I guess I was enjoying myself because, you know, I enjoyed making the videos itself. But no one was really watching them, and that kind of took away a little bit of the fun. But then when I started getting people to watch my videos, and you know, I put so much effort into them, and sometimes they were really difficult to make. Like, people like don't even realize how long it took me to like make that Yu Yu Hakusho review and then the Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood review. I remember I started recording that Hakusho review at like 7:30 p.m. at night, and I didn't finish it until like 3 a.m. in the morning. The actual video itself was like 41 minutes or something like that. the raw footage was like 2.5 hours, and the reason why I ended up recording until like 3 a.m. is because I kept like deleting certain parts of the video that I thought wasn't good enough for YouTube, so I cut them out and I spent time just thinking in my head what I was gonna say, because I never really plan my videos, I never really write a script. I just think of things off the top of my head and I take time to, you know, gather together thoughts, and like I said, I would cut out so many different parts. So I cut out so much of the raw footage and then got it down to 40 minutes. So that took so much fucking time to first of all record it, but then edit it. Oh my god, remember guys, the delay that I had with getting that Hakusho review out. It took ages, and then the Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood review, just like with Hakusho, which I forgot to mention, I couldn't speak the next day after recording that review. And then Fullmetal Alchemist, that review as well was like 50 something minutes. The raw footage for that review was like 3 hours, and so I had to cut out a shitload of that as well. Just like with the Hakusho review, I spent time thinking off the top of my head. I recorded a bunch of footage, but I didn't end up, you know, uploading it on YouTube. I cut it out, and it's just like that is an example of me putting so much time into YouTube, so much effort into both of these Hakusho and Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood reviews, and so many other countless, you know, reviews, discussion videos and whatnot that I put out there for you guys to see, that I put so much effort in. They were so hard to make. It was such a tough process. I mean, it's not like I'm getting killed or anything making them, but to be honest, a lot of these periods where I was making these videos, recording, editing them and whatnot, making the whole video itself, a lot of these times I wasn't really having fun, but the end product is pretty much the reason why I made those videos in the end, why I was having fun, because you guys enjoyed those videos so much, so many people watched them, and that's why I made them. So even though there was a bunch of tough times in the period where I was having fun overall, at the end of the day, even though it was tough making those videos, like I just said, overall I was having so much fun because the end product was so enjoyable for me, and the end product was so enjoyable for you guys as well. That's why I enjoyed making videos so much, because you guys watched them, and I'm so thankful that so many people watched my videos over the journey, and people giving me all these nice comments and whatnot, and even the people giving me the hate comments and shit like that, even though I didn't really care about them that much. Like sometimes I'll randomly respond to them as a joke. It's kind of funny sometimes, you know, seeing these hate comments and shit like that, because it's like funny to me, because I don't know, people say, I hope your family gets killed and shit like that. Like people have said that countless times to me. Fuck you, faggot, get a haircut, clip your eyebrows or whatever. I don't really know. I probably do, by the way. So that's probably true. But yeah, even the hate comments, I enjoy reading them a lot. And just people watching, commenting, liking, subscribing, that's the whole thing that makes YouTube enjoyable for me, besides actually the process of making the videos and showing you guys. It's all just so amazing to me that so many people that I don't even really know out there, I've never met in my entire life, enjoy watching me on a screen. Like every single time before I record a video, I don't know, for some reason I just think about all these people that I don't know, from all these different backgrounds, from all these different countries, watching and enjoying my videos, and there's hundreds of people out there, and that's just mind-blowing to me. And so I'm so thankful for all the people out there who have supported, watched my videos over the journey, and have enjoyed it. So yeah, I don't really have much else to say. This video didn't really go as long as I expected it to, so just one last huge thank you to everyone over my time on YouTube who's watched my videos. Like I said, comment, liked, and subscribe. It means so much to me that people around the world, from, like I said, all these different backgrounds, all these different languages that people speak, just a whole bunch of different people that I've never met before, can enjoy my videos so much. It's just so humbling, and that sounds really corny, but it means a lot to me. So yeah guys, that's it's really sad to say, but that's pretty much it. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this last video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed all my videos that I've ever made, and if you did, don't forget to leave me a comment, like, and subscribe. And as always, I will be seeing you guys next time. Peace. Bye.